Hi guys, welcome to my channel Happy High Tarot. In today's pick a card reading, we will find out what about you will haunt the person on your mind forever. And this reading should ideally be seen for someone whom you're not in contact with, not talking to, in separation, or probably even an ex. Alright, so you've got three options to choose from. They're all moon cards. So group 1, this is what your moon looks like. Group 2, this is what your card looks like. And group 3, this is what your moon looks like. So feel free to pause the video over here, meditate on all your options, pick whichever one calls out to you the most. You'll find the timestamps in the comment section as well as in the description box below. So make your choice and let's get started. Hi group 1, so if you guys chose this moon, first let's take a look at your oracle cards to find out what about you will haunt the person on your mind forever. So the cards that came out for you are intuition, which says trust your intuition, making a choice, gratitude, and harmony, which is the lovers. Alright, maybe it's been 6 months or 6 years since you guys were together. One of you could be 30 years old right now. Maybe the number 30 means something in this connection. The number 6 means something in this connection. One of you or both of you might be a Gemini. Anyway, right off the bat, the message over here seems to be very clear. It does seem like when you were with this person, you had been constantly warning them about something or someone, but they did not listen to you. They could have listened to someone else, but not you. Perhaps that led to some sort of argument. You try to explain to them, why do you think what they're about to do is wrong? Why do you think what they're about to do can backfire in a very, very bad way? But they just went out and anyway did whatever it is that they had planned on doing. And you were right. Your intuition was bang on. You were absolutely right about that person or that thing, that contract, that situation, whatever it was. And now, when they go back in time and they recall the moment, that moment of decision making, you know, when it could have gone either way, it's the energy of frustration that I'm picking up on, mixed with sadness and mixed with this feeling of, you know, I cannot go back in time and change what I did now. So that hopelessness, that what if question mark, that energy seems to be looming in this reading today. It still haunts them when they think about that particular day or that particular moment in time when they decided not to pay attention to your warnings, not to pay heed to you at all, and they went ahead and they did that thing, or they met that person, or they left you for someone else. Could have been anything, whatever it is that you were warning them about. And now they feel like, what if I had listened to group 1? What if I had paid attention to what they were trying to tell me, or whoever it is that they were trying to warn me about? A, we would have still been together, me and group 1. And 2, whatever it is, whatever hardship it is that I had to endure because of that wrong person or that wrong choice, none of that would have happened. I would have, done the right thing, thanked group 1, and we would have still been enjoying that connection. With the presence of the lovers over here, I don't think this person has been able to get you off their mind or even out of their heart completely. They somewhere still feel pretty connected to you. But your memory triggers this past wound as well. And that is why I feel like missing you and then their past mistakes coming back to haunt them seems to be a very something that happens at the same time. It's very simultaneous. In fact, and this is especially for those of you if this individual chose someone else over you, it does feel like when they were making that choice between you and that third person, that other person, their intuition was telling them, don't do it. What you have, this is it. It doesn't get any better than this. Value what you already have. Show gratitude for the person that you already have in your life. But that person's, this individual's ego, it drowned out the voice of the intuition. They went ahead, chose the wrong person, dumped you. And of course, it didn't work out with that other person. In fact, it's quite likely that it turned out absolutely horrible. That third person might have made your person go to hell and, come back from there. That's how bad it was. In fact, unfortunately for this particular group, I don't think you two are even friends anymore. I don't think you both even talk to each other anymore. And just in case you both are still connected on social media, or just in case you both have some mutual friends or something, maybe they keep on getting these updates that you're thriving, that you found love again, that you're doing pretty great, you're doing you're happy, everything is going pretty well in your life. And all this makes them miss you a lot more. They think to themselves, I could have been that person next to group 1, or I could have been an active participant in group 1's happiness like these other people are at the moment. And like I said, because the trigger also goes off almost instantly, the more they miss you, the more this haunting of their past regrets regarding you increases. And especially this choice that they had made, the wrong choice that they had made, which you were warning them against. All right, let's take a look at your tarot cards now, group 1. We have the 9 of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. Page of Swords. And oh my gosh, look at this, the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords often talks about indecision, and we had making a choice in your oracle. So this just amplifies the energy of that incident, you guys. If nothing like this happened in your connection, this might not be a reading to get today. Feel free to look at any other pile, because for this group, everything is pointing towards that moment of truth. And when I look at the tarot cards over here, with the Queen of Cups, the amount of love and affection and time and energy that you had poured into this connection, just how selfless you used to be, they miss all of that. The way that you used to take care of them, the way that you used to express your love language, whatever it was, whether it was physical or whether it was, leaving little notes for them here and there, whatever it was, it haunts them. And I am deliberately using the word haunting instead of saying, like this is something that they miss about you or they reminisce about this particular thing. Because when I say it haunts them, it gets, like I said, it gets combined with that energy of, I basically fucked it up. And I cannot go back in time and do anything about it. In fact, for a lot of you, with the Page of Swords over here, whatever wrong decision it is that they had made could have been a rash decision as well. They did not stop even for a second to pay attention to your words of warning. They did not stop for a second to at least contemplate the pros and cons. They just went ahead, signed those papers, or dumped you, or invested in a particular thing, whatever else. Can be different things for different people. For some of you, for sure, it could have been something related to their career or finances, because we've got the 9 of Pentacles over here. It's quite likely that you were warning them against signing some documents or investing in a particular stock or something. They did not listen to you, invested a huge chunk of their savings into it, or signed some papers, and it just, either some sort of fraud happened with them, they lost all their money, they're currently neck deep in debt rather. In fact, for those of you for whom this person had chosen someone else over you, with the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups, they could have lied to that other person about their relationship status. They could have said that they were single even though they were dating you, and then they dumped you and went ahead and started dating that other person. And again, that memory comes back to haunt them. Now, because I have the Two of Swords over here to close your reading, it does seem like for 90% of you, your person is absolutely convinced that they were wrong about what they did. And now, that particular thought, it just triggers a lot of negative, heavy emotions in them. But for a few of you, it seems like this person till date isn't absolutely sure about whether they did the right thing or not by letting you go. In fact, with the Lovers over here and the Two of Swords, it's quite likely, and especially with the Page of Swords over here, this person, by the way, might be keeping tabs on you online through fake profiles, or if you guys are connected on Instagram or Facebook or wherever, of course, then it just gets easier for them, to know what's up with you. If you are currently dating someone, or if you're married to someone now, or if you're in a happy, steady relationship with someone now, it does seem like with the Two of Swords over here, they almost immediately spiral into this thought of, what if instead of Group 1's current partner, I was there in the picture? What would my life and Group 1's life been like in that scenario? But the thing is that now they can only wonder. There is absolutely nothing else left for them to do because you've already moved on. And even if you haven't moved on, for most of you, I don't feel like you're in any mood of giving this person another chance, especially after they showed absolutely no regard for your opinion or your emotions. So of course, why would you? If a few years ago or a few months ago, you had tried from your side to contact this person, maybe just for a normal check-in, ask them what's up, how are they doing, and they gave you very wishy-washy answers, weren't really clear in their communication with you, that particular incident also haunts them. Like they had that chance to make things right with you, to be vulnerable with you, but they didn't. Again, they fucked up. Again, they lost out on that opportunity to make things right with you. So overall, definitely the theme for this pile is that of regret. Regret about doing something that they shouldn't have, instead of listening to you, paying attention to you, or choosing you, sticking with you. All right, so these are all the messages that I have for you right now, Group 1. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new over here and hit the bell icon when you do so. You can also follow me on Instagram for more tarot readings and message me there, or on my email ID to book a personal reading with me. You'll find all those details in the pinned comment and description box. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hi Group 2, if you guys chose this moon, first let's take a look at your oracle cards to find out what about you still haunts the person on your mind, or what will haunt them forever. So the cards that came out for you are Good Fortune, which says invite magic in. Then we have Dry Desert, Confusion, and Memories of Love. You in your entirety will be haunting this person forever. I don't think that they will ever be able to get you off their mind. I don't think they will ever be able to completely move on for you. Something or the other will always keep on reminding them about you. They will always keep on getting transported back in time when things between you guys were very good, perhaps when the connection had just started, or that initial honeymoon phase that usually comes in every relationship. The first time that they saw you, what about you made them fall for you, the good stuff. In fact, if you have moved on from this person, and it's been ages since you've moved on from this person, know for a fact that they still haven't moved on from you. It's like a broken record, honestly. And when I look at these energies over here, this is so beautiful, colorful, invite magic in, and then bam, we've got this dry desert over here. There's absolutely nothing. It does seem like ever since you left this person's life for whatever reason, whether it was a mutual breakup, although breakups rarely are mutual, one person wants to break up more than the other always. Anyway, it does seem like ever since they haven't really felt or experienced love like this ever again. And when I say dry desert, I don't just mean like a dry spell in terms of sex life. I'm talking about the actual raw emotion of love over here. Now, when I look at confusion, it is quite likely that your separation didn't happen because this person wanted to get away from you, but it happened because someone fed them some lies about you, told them some sort of rumor about you. Basically, somebody separated the two of you, and they couldn't understand this individual's game back then, and neither did they ever think. I mean, they could have never thought of how much this connection, or the lack of it rather, would impact them in the future. And it does seem like with confusion over here with dry desert, whoever this person is, whether they're a relative, whether they're a close friend, family member, whoever it is, it seems like they were always jealous of what you shared with this person or what the two of you had. It was just so magical, it was so beautiful, it was so natural that they got jealous. And because they got jealous, they tried to wedge this sword between you guys, and they did it pretty successfully. Of course, your person shouldn't have listened to them. Your person should have trusted you over this individual's word. Your person should have trusted their own feelings or what their heart was telling them regarding you in this connection, but they didn't. They let someone else dictate the course of their action. They let someone else decide what the future for the both of you will be like. I just heard that for some of you, somebody else was like pulling the strings or calling the shots. And the specific thing that I heard was, this was with regards to some big relocation or some career move, something that you wanted to do. Initially, they could have shown a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of support that, yes, I'll move along to that other city or that other state or that other country with you, and I totally think you can do this and that. And then a few days later, they were like, no, you cannot go to that other place. You cannot take up this job. I will not let you do this and I will not let you do that. And if you take up that job, you're going to have to leave me. Or if you move out of this place, you're going to have to leave me. Nonsense, basically. In fact, confusion over here tells me that when they started acting out, it could have left you perplexed as well. Because maybe you were not really aware of how much this third person was involved between you guys. So when your person started acting out, it left you a little bit, like shocked and confused. Like, what the fuck? Why are they saying all these things? Or why are they behaving like this suddenly? They were very supportive a couple of days ago. So what happened? What changed overnight? You chose to stand up for yourself, follow your dreams. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it, of course. But the fact that they had an opportunity to be supportive, to still be with you, to, be the wind beneath your wings, and they didn't do any of it. They tried to rob you of your dreams, in fact. And they let someone else come in between you both. They listened to someone else over following their own heart with regards to you. That is something that'll haunt them forever. And especially because ever since you left, or ever since this connection went downhill, they've never experienced love like this with anybody again. Even if they're married to someone right now, even if they have kids with someone right now, yikes, even if they have been in a relationship with someone for a very long time, it still isn't the way that it used to be with you. It's just It's, what's the song that I'm hearing? It's not the same as it was. It's not like how it used to be. There is anger in your person's energy as well. There is a lot of frustration in their energy. They wish that they could go back in time and ask that third person to shut the fuck up and, mind their own business. But of course, they can't go back in time and they cannot do any of those things now. All right, let's take a look at your tarot cards. Ace of Pentacles, the Hangman, Six of Swords, and the Tower. All right. So one thing over here is very certain with the Tower, that the actual ending of this connection, as I was saying, sorry, I have to keep pausing because of my stupid allergies. Anyway, that energy that I was picking up on earlier about them trying to hold you back instead of letting you go, follow your dreams, follow your passion, that has also come out over here with the Ace of Pentacles and the Hangman. That you guys were still together when you got some exciting job opportunity, or you finally got a scholarship to go someplace, or perhaps you found your dream house in another place, in another state. But they tried to hold you back. They didn't let you go. In fact, at the time when they were trying to hold you back, group 2, they could have said some pretty hurtful things to you, which, basically, like we've seen already, there was someone else feeding all those words into your person's mouth. But of course, this isn't any excuse. They could have used their own brain. They could have used their own mind and analyzed that what they're about to say to you. Is that even good? Is that kind? Does that make sense? Do they have any right to stop you or not? And now, with the Hangman and the Six of Swords being right next to each other, what could have happened had they been with you in this journey? You guys would have still been together. You guys would have started your new life someplace else. You would have been thriving. They would have been thriving. Money situation definitely would have improved. They battle all these thoughts. And I'm saying battle all these thoughts because with Ace of Pentacles over here, it's quite likely that they are currently in a relationship with someone else. And that's why I said, either they're currently married to someone else, living with someone else, in a relationship with someone else, whatever it is. So they're not able to get you off their mind. They're with someone else. So of course, it's a bit of a battle. They have to focus on their present, but they cannot stop thinking about the way that they behaved with you in the past. And there's a very sad energy over here in this pile as well. Because if you look at this, what seems to be a chameleon over here in the Ace of Pentacles, it's smiling, it's happy having received this offer or whatever. And then if you look at this bird over here in the Tower, it's burning. What haunts them about you or about this connection is how they made you cry on the very same day, which easily could have been the best day of your life. So far. Imagine someone making you cry on your birthday, or imagine someone making you cry on the very day when you land your dream job, or someone making you cry for absolutely no reason on the day when, your real estate agent calls up and says, the house is yours. You want to cry tears of joy, but instead you're crying tears of sadness because of this individual. And because they robbed you of that happiness on a day that meant so much to you, that guilt keeps on eating them. So of course, amongst the other things that haunt them in this connection, apart from this whole interference angle, it's this thing as well, the way that they behaved with you, with they, you know, it's like the same sentence that I'm hearing over and over and over again. I should have been more supportive, I should have been there for group 2, but I wasn't. And the fact that the Tower has come out right underneath the Six of Cups, this tells us that this connection had a lot of potential. And it honestly could have gone on to become something absolutely long-term and beautiful and all those things. Instead, thanks to this individual, it ended up in a classic crash and burn. I think I said that a lot of you have moved on from this person successfully a while ago. And I can see that over here as well with the Six of Swords. And again, look at this contrast over here. With Six of Swords and the Tower, one person has moved on, which is you. And one person is still obsessing over the breakup, still getting haunted by the memories of you in this connection, which is this person that you're asking about. In fact, with Ace of Pentacles and the Hanged Man, and because I'd said that ever since you've left, they haven't really experienced that kind of emotion or love with anyone ever again. That is also true, because even though, and before whoever it is that they're with right now, before that also, people have come in their life, you know, expressed a lot of interest in them. But with the Hangman over here, in some capacity, this person always holds back, always. They've just not been able to be themselves again ever in any connection. They've never been able to open their hearts fully to someone else again. They always hold back on a little bit of their emotions, their love, their heart. In fact, the fear of not hurting their current partner or whoever it is that they'll date after this, that fear of, oh, what if I consciously or subconsciously end up making another person cry or absolutely crushing them or hurting them for no fault of theirs, that I feel like that fear also haunts them. And of course, that fear originates from whatever happened in your connection. So I feel like this haunting isn't just limited to them obsessing over whatever happened between you guys in the past. I feel like it has also somewhere marred their future as well. And obviously, it's all they're doing. They should have known better than to let someone else dictate them, and they should have known better than to, you know, try to clip your wings. All right. So these are all the messages that I have for you right now, Group 2. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new over here, and hit the bell icon when you do so. You can follow me on Instagram for more tarot readings, and you can message me there or on my email ID or even WhatsApp to book a personal reading with me. You'll find all those details in the pinned comment and description box. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hi Group 3, if you guys chose this moon, first let's take a look at your oracle cards to find out what about you will haunt this person forever. And the cards that came out for you are Sensuality, which says express your sensuality. Excuse that noise. We have Follow the Leader, Rejection, and Authority. So Group 3, I received a pretty intense message regarding your connection with this person. I'm being told that they haven't really been able to live with themselves in peace ever since they did what they did with you. Now, with Sensuality being present over here and then Follow the Leader, amongst other things that haunt them about you or about this connection, one of them that stands out is without a doubt, the act of having sex with you, your sex life. You were perhaps better at it than they were, or you used to dominate them. They loved every bit of it. You used to satisfy all their fetishes or whatever else it was. You made them open up. You made them feel very comfortable. You made them feel seen. You made them feel heard. You made them feel beautiful. You know, they felt so comfortable around you. Whatever inhibitions they had, whatever body image issues they might have had, with you around and the way that you used to love them, it made them feel good about themselves. And it does seem like after you, like, like ever since you've been out of the picture, even if they've been with other people, whether it is one night stands, summer romances, or even long-term relationships, they've just not been able to feel that utter and immense satisfaction that they did with you. It's like nobody's been able to please them or satisfy them or make them feel alive or make them feel like, okay, we got to do this one more time and again and again and again. But you. Now, don't think that that's the only thing that they miss about you. Don't think that the only thing that haunts them about you or about this connection is sex. It's so much more than that. It's not just that, like I said, it's not that simple. With rejection over here and authority, and like I said, especially because this reading began with sensuality, it does seem like this person, right from the very beginning, knew or believed or would often try to convince themselves that they were lucky because they got you and that you were out of their league, that you were better than them, especially in terms of looks and personality. Maybe it is true. Maybe you really do look better than them. Maybe you really do have a more pleasant and pleasing personality as compared to them. But it seems like over here, it's one of those classic cases of, okay, if they're better than me, there's some legit Uncle Podger hangs a picture nonsense going on somewhere close by. All right. So they thought that before group 3 gets a chance to reject me, I will reject them. And you have to understand, with people who have inflated egos and people who have low self-worth, self-esteem issues, it isn't, it's a pretty normal thing for them to do. Things like this, rejecting someone before they can reject them. You will hear this, with multiple people have gone through the same thing as you. But when they reflect upon it, when they think back upon this particular thing, it haunts them because they did not have any valid reason to reject you. For a lot of you, group 3, this person might have outright ghosted you. One day they were talking to you, the next day they weren't. They asked you to come meet them someplace, they stood you up, they didn't show up. They stopped replying to your texts, they stopped picking up your calls, they might have blocked you also for some time, they wouldn't reply to your emails, or whatever else it was. They just completely and utterly took them out of the equation and out of your life. In fact, with authority being present over here, if you had tried to ask them, for some reasoning, for at least some rational explanation, why have you stopped talking to me all of a sudden? What happened? We were having a nice time until yesterday, so, why are you acting this way suddenly? They never gave you a proper answer because they did not have a proper answer, because there is no proper answer. There is absolutely no reason for them to have behaved the way that they did. But like I said, it was all stemming from all of this, these self-worth issues and inflated ego and thinking that you're better than them. Now, you have to understand, because they thought that you were better than them, if you had rejected them first, if you had dumped them first, they would not have been able to handle it. So before, and they assumed that you would dump them, maybe you had absolutely no plans, so they assumed that sooner or later you might dump them, and if you, being better than them, dump them, they won't be able to handle it at all. So why should I suffer if I can conveniently divert all of that hurt, pain and suffering, if I can simply reflect it, give it to someone else, project all of that nonsense onto someone else, I'll do that. It's more convenient. Why should I cry if I can make someone else cry? Which, listen to it. It does not make sense. What is that reason? And honestly, group 3, you should be incredibly proud of yourself that the very emotions that they were trying to run away from, when they unloaded all of those emotions onto you, you made it out of it. I don't know whether you have completely moved on from this person or not, or whether your thoughts still travel back to them from time to time. Healing is never linear. Everybody knows that. But at least you were brave enough to face all of those emotions. You know, you let all of those months or years or weeks pass by. You survived. Shame on them, of course, but now what haunts them is this very act of rejecting you or ghosting you for absolutely no reason. If they truly believed that you were out of their league, if they truly believed that you were better than them, if they truly believed that, you know, it was nothing less of a surprise that they landed someone like you, it was all the more reason for them to cherish you. But instead, they acted in a totally opposite, senseless manner. Another message that I just got, group 3, and some of you might have been attracted towards group 2 as well. Anyway, it seems like over here with follow the leader and rejection, someone close to them could have observed how happy they were with you, how many efforts they used to take with you, how dedicated they seemed to be with you, and they could have triggered them. They could have told them, you know, like, if you're like this, even though it's just been a few weeks or a few months since you guys have started going out, I can only imagine the way that group 3 is going to treat you after a few months or a few years have passed. Will you always do what they ask you to do? You know, you seem like a puppy just wagging their tail and following group 3 wherever they go. Don't you have a mind of your own? Don't you have a heart of your own? What, are you their slave or something, or are you their partner? And negative talks such as these could have triggered all of those self-worth issues. Even though they did whatever it is that you wanted to out of their own sheer happiness, you know, because they liked the same things as you. Perhaps you guys maybe used to be very compatible, had the same likes and dislikes. But this other person's absolutely twisted take on their actions made them contemplate a bit too much and feel like, oh, I'm losing myself and I might absolutely lose control over myself and my life if I continue with group 3. They'll try to dominate me, they'll try to control me, they'll have me eating out of the palm of their hand, and then before I know it, they'll dump me, and then what'll happen to me? So before any of that can happen, I should just, you know, like, back off while I still have time. Another interesting thing about people such as this individual over here is that they think that A, they haven't done anything wrong. B, I'll reject you before you can reject me. So, you know, like, you were going to do the same thing to me. I just did it first, so what's the big deal? But in reality, they're nothing but cowards. No matter what they might tell themselves. All right. Let's take a look at your tarot cards now, group 3. Sorry, what about group 3? We have Justice. We have the 5 of Swords. King of Cups, and the Devil. Look at this. They used to be so truly, madly, and deeply in love with you. They had such genuine and pure emotions for you, but alas, the Devil closes your reading over here. So either they let their own issues, the ones that I had highlighted earlier, self-worth issues and everything else, either those got the better of this person, or someone else came, interfered, fed their mind with fear and everything else, and they just ruined this connection single-handedly. The Devil over here again tells me, okay, A, this person till date is incredibly attracted towards you. Even though you guys aren't talking to each other, it's been a really long time since you guys caught up or whatever. Maybe you've even blocked them, or even if you both still are connected on socials, it's just merely existing in each other's followers and following list, nothing really more than that. And interestingly enough, even though they are the ones who pulled the cord, they are the ones who ghosted you, despite that, and this is where it gets funny, their attachment to you till date is greater than your attachment to them. Interesting, right? You might be working on moving on from them. You might be making conscious decisions to not think about them. But look at this. You're living in their mind rent-free. And of course, haunting their thoughts. Because the tarot cards over here begin with justice, the energy that I was picking up on earlier about them having ghosted you for no substantial reason and then not having an answer when confronted, that is true. Because a big part of what haunts them about you or about this connection is the fact that they absolutely wronged you and they had no reason to do so. We also have Five of Swords over here, which is often considered to be an energy of backstabbing someone, doing something that was totally unexpected. And them ghosting you could have been unexpected because according to you, things were going pretty well. And I'm sorry for all the sniffs. My allergies are acting up. Anyway, and with King of Cups over here, and of course the Devil, you were having a nice time with them. They were showering you with their attention, with their emotions, with their love and everything else, making you feel like you were on top of the world. And then suddenly, it's like someone just pulled the rug from underneath your feet. Even though they've never really answered any of your questions or told you why they ghosted you, or maybe they could have come up with excuses, that just do not make any sense. They know that they've wronged you. They know that they've caused you a lot of hurt, which A, you did not deserve, and B, you could have never expected this from them. They know that. And it haunts them. This guilt of having wronged you for no reason, this guilt of having wronged someone who meant so much to them, it's a lot to live with. Plus, maybe they've never apologized to you. They never tried to make things right from their side. Why? Because lo and behold, we've got so much of ego over here. They don't want to fall back on their words. They don't want to come crawling back to you to apologize because that's what they think it'll seem like. A simple apology to you, they feel is going to look like them, begging you for forgiveness or begging you to take them back, even though that's not true. I also feel like with the King of Cups over here, they still have emotions for you. The emotions of this connection at first started out with, before all of this toxicity came in the mix. Those pure emotions still exist. And those emotions haunt them as well. That's why I said their attachment to you till date is stronger than your attachment to them. So they still have feelings for you. They still feel that attachment towards you. And that's why you're living in their mind rent-free. That's why it's like they're constantly just thinking about all of this and getting haunted by their own past mistakes. Now, with the Five of Swords over here and Justice, I'm also being told that they have faced karma for this, for having backstabbed you. The same thing could have happened with them after they were done with you. If they dated someone, perhaps that individual had done the same thing with them, ghosted them out of nowhere or moved on with someone else and they found out through other people, like we saw your girlfriend with someone else like that. And when this thing happened with them, when they faced their karma, of course, you were the first person that they thought of. Because almost immediately it was like, oh, it's probably a punishment for what I did to group 3, that I'm having to face all of these things now. They're plagued by their love for you. They're plagued by the horrible things that they did to you. They're plagued by the fact that they could have made you cry for absolutely no reason. And just overall, the fact that they did not do right by you because, like I said, there was absolutely no reason for them to behave the way that they did. And with Justice over here and the Devil, I do feel like sometimes when the thought of you or when this, just like the screaming, haunting thought of having wronged you gets too strong, They might try to convince themselves that they did nothing wrong. That the devil gets at play over here with justice. Like, you did nothing wrong. If you hadn't done it, they would have done it. So you just did it first. So big deal. But then because they still have emotions for you, it's like they're not quite convinced that what they did was the right thing to do. But unfortunately, because we also have ego in the mix over here, I don't think it'll be wise of you to expect them to apologize to you or to own up to their mistakes. They know that they're wrong, but they won't tell you that. There's a difference. They might look at themselves in the mirror and say, I fucked up, but they won't look at you and confess that they fucked up. Anyway, they're going to live with their regret very clearly over here. And if they haven't already faced their karma, they most definitely will. Alright, so these are all the messages that I have for you right now, Group 3. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new over here and hit the bell icon when you do so. You can follow me on Instagram for more tarot readings, and you can message me on Instagram, WhatsApp, or my email to book a personal reading with me. You'll find all those details in the pinned comment and description box. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.